Hello and welcome to my corner of the world. Today I thought I would share some of the adhesives that Stampin Up have available. The different types and their uses. It can be somewhat confusing, so I'm going to work my way through them and just show you a few ways that you can use them. Now, the first thing I'm going to recommend for using adhesives is a silicone mat. This will allow you to use your glues and things without getting a sticky work surface. And the other thing I find really useful when I'm working with the different kind of adhesives is a piercing tool. So you'll see me using those a lot during this video. The piercing tool has got a sharp point. I keep it in a piece of foam on my work surface, but it does come with like a little plasticky cap in a tube so you can keep it safely. So we're going to start with the most common of our adhesives, and it's we call it Snail adhesive, and that's basically because as you use it, you make sure your finger is on the rough end. Make sure you open up the little cover as well. That can sometimes fool you. And that you then just pull it, and it will leave a trail of adhesive behind that you can then use for your cards. It does have, excuse me, refills. Basically, you're going to throw away this piece. This piece you need to keep hold of, and you can just refill those without any trouble. So an alternative to Snail, which is another adhesive that I love to use, is this liquid glue, and it holds the layers of card together perfectly well, just like the Snail does. But what I like about this particular adhesive is that it gives you some working time. So if you want to line up layers, let's say that you have got some really fine margins on your layers. With Snail adhesive, once you've done it, it's there, it's stuck, and you don't really get a chance to rework it. But with this Snail adhesive, you've got a few moments of working time, and so you can make sure that your margins are just right, and then you're just going to set it aside for a few moments to set up, and you'll have a good strong bond. So that's the Snail and the liquid glue. Then we have another adhesive. Now this is called Fast Fuse, and it works the same as the Snail in as much as you need to keep your finger on the rough end here, on the rough side. But the thing about this particular adhesive is it's stronger. So if you're using it for making boxes, like this one, I used Snail to attach the decorative paper, but to attach all the flaps together, I used the Fast Fuse. And so with this, you're going to use it exactly the same as with the Snail. You want to keep your fingers to the side, and then you're going to just pull it away, and then you're going to just flick it up or down, or if you're going to work like this way, you're going to flick it to the right or the left. Now, if you're not careful, if you always flick it in the same way, this thin backing layer will start to move to one side. So when you're working with it, just get into the rhythm of flicking one way and then the other way, and then you'll just be able to attach your pieces like this. Well, let's do it like that, and press firmly, and that will give you another really good bond for that. And again, refills are available, and with this one you're just going to crack it open, and then this is the that is the piece that is changed out and discarded. Now with this one, sometimes if you forget to do the tick, you're just going to keep getting a long thread, and what that's doing is it's pulling the adhesive off of this layer. So just to get it restarted again, you're just going to prime it up, and you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I can just see the adhesive is starting there, and I know it's going to be ready to go again. And then you just need to get used to doing your flick right and flick left. So that is the fast fuse. Then we come to dimensionals, and these just have to be one of my most favorite adhesives. It gives you an opportunity to give a bit more dimension to your card. And I don't know if you can see here, but I've stamped these images and I've cut one out, and I have just popped this one up on a dimensional, and it just gives a little bit more depth to your work. The best way to use these is to either pick them off by hand and then place them on your card, and then if you give a little ding in the middle, it will start to lift up, and then you can pull it away. Alternatively, you can pick it up and use your piercing tool, and that will just lift the edge up, and you can use it like that. Don't, whatever you do, take the backing off and then try and handle it with two sticky sides. You're making work for yourself. Just as I say, lift it off with the backing on, place it on, and then take your piece off. And remember, these edge pieces, I call it the skeleton, but these edge pieces work just as well, and there's nothing to stop you cutting these to make smaller pieces if you're going to load smaller pieces onto your card or your project, that you can cut them into small pieces. Our next adhesive is the glue dots. They come in this little box. Now they can be quite difficult to see. They're on a roll, and you've just got to gently unravel the roll. Don't, whatever you do, unravel them in the box, because what it happens is that they just stick to the side of the box, and you wonder why you're just getting a load of blank paper coming out. So you're just going to go look for them like that. I don't know if you can see, there's one, another one here. And you can use these to attach pieces to your cards. You can work one of two ways. You can either place your piece down, press it firmly, and then snap it off, and then you've got your piece there. Or you can use your piercing tool. So I've got 3 little flowers here. I'm just going to use my piercing tool here to cut them, and I'm going to take a glue dot on the end. I'm going to flip that and pop it in the middle like that. Use my tool to give it a good firm push down. Then I'm going to put another one and pop it in the middle like that. And there, I've got my really cute flower. So you're able to use that instantly, and I would then use another glue dot to attach it to my project. It's got quite a lot of weight here, and so a glue dot, you need the extra strength of the glue dot or the dimensional. So if I get my little piece here, I can stick my flower on there, and then maybe you can put a little pearl or something just to finish it off. You can also use the liquid adhesive to do a similar thing. Again, I'm just going to cut them on this piece of foam, and then tiny little dot in the middle. Now, because you don't have a glue dot to help you this time, you're going to fiddle with your fingers, but then just slide it into place. You can see being able to move that around for a few moments gives you some working time. You will have to wait for this to set up a little bit before you use it on your project, whereas with the glue dots it's going to be ready straight away for you to use. So there we have those adhesive. Then we have the tape. So this is called tear and tape adhesive, and it's basically double-sided, and like the fast fuse, it will give you a really nice strong bond. And so you can just pick up the end, tear it to whatever length that you'd like, and pop it on your work. Press firmly, give it a little burnish. If necessary, just give it a little burnish with a bone folder. And then if you use your piercing tool, just keep it at a low angle and it will just start to lift the paper off. And then you can use it to put a box together, or maybe it's like a 3D item. So that's that tape. Then we're going to move on and talk about the foam strips. So we have these foam strips. You get two I don't know quite what to call them. Excuse me. 2 sets in a packet, and again you can trim these, and then you're just going to pick them off, lay them down on your work, press firmly, and then again you can use your tool here to take the backing off, and then you can put your other piece on. These are absolutely fantastic for doing shaker cards. You can see hopefully that it's just tucked inside there all the way around, gives you a lovely nice firm seal to stop your bits and pieces flying out. So there's our strips, and then my final glue or adhesive I'm going to share with you today is the fine tip glue pen, and this is a really liquid glue, and when you open it up you'll see that it has a fine point, and in the cap there's a pin, and the pin is there to go inside to stop the adhesive drying and setting in the tube. Now you want to use this sparingly. As I say, it's very runny, and I did have a sample to show you here, and it's perfect for the really fine die cut pieces, and I'm really not putting any pressure on this at all, and I'm kind of letting gravity take its course to pull the adhesive out, and I'm just putting little dots in various places just to hold my piece in place. And then pop it on here, and you will need to just hold it for a few moments just while the adhesive soaks into both sides of the card, and then again you'll have a nice bond. So there you go, he's not flying off anywhere. You can also use them for sticking down sequins, and so you can put a little adhesive here, and then place it on like that, and then put another little amount on. See, I've got a little bit of adhesive on the end of my piercing tool here, and it's working beautifully to pick up my sequins. And again, that'll take a few moments to set, but again, they're held on there pretty firmly. And then when you come to put the lid back on, you want to line up your tube, and if you kind of pop it in the crook of your finger like that, and then just slide it down, because I haven't got my glasses. Oh, there it's going, it's there. And then just make sure that you seal it down. So there we are. Those are the adhesives I have to share with you today. The mat is an absolute must, so you don't get your work surface messy, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you find this useful, and you will be able to see the link at the end of my video that will take you to my online store, and you'll be able to buy these and start using them. I hope it's been interesting for you. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.